congratulations first and foremost, Tommy, on an excellent season, an excellent run of the last few years. I'm here to present the Game Changers of the Month for the McFarland girls volleyball team after a state runner-up. It was an excellent season all the way through, and it's been a really good tear these past few years. And I'm curious, what has made this team stand out over the past couple of years where you've had multiple state appearances amongst the pack?
Yeah, I came in, last year was my first year here, so Coach Fortune and Coach Qualheim had set up a really great culture of teams that had some really strong success, and last year we came in with some experience, but this year the big difference was we had 7 girls who had played significant role last year. They came in knowing what to expect, knowing how to do things, and that led us to some really tight match wins.
Absolutely, and you mentioned the veteran leadership on this team. You have everyone feels like, or statistically, it would seem everyone plays a specific role. Was that something intentional that you had, or do you value flexibility?
Yeah, kind of both. We didn't have one singular go-to hitter that was the person that if we're in a jam, go to this person. So at times that was great because we had so many weapons. At times it was a challenge because we didn't quite know, who was going to step up each night. So that made it easy for us, knowing we had many hitters out there that could get the job done. It made it difficult on opponents, knowing that we had many hitters that could get the job done.
I'm Ainsley.
And I'm Caitlin.
And you're both seniors, correct?
Yes.
Now, you've been on 2 teams to go to the state championship final. Describe the difference between your first your 2 appearances.
Okay, well, I think in 2021 it was, I don't know, they're both similar. They both had a lot of unity, but I think this year it was really the unity was just next level. We incorporated everyone. We had a freshman and then a sophomore starting. We had a lot of people and we worked truly together. So
I would also agree. I think that we also had an older team in 2021, and there was a lot of leaders who were seniors that year. And I think this year, kind of same thing. We had a lot of seniors, but we also had some younger girls on our team who really had their chance to shine. So that was cool to see.
for sure.
Well, that's fantastic. And you were able to grow up and be a part of a team as an underclassman that was successful. What did you learn, and what do you hope that the other younger teammates learn from this experience?
I think, our semifinal game against Pewaukee just shows you to never give up, going to a 5th set and almost losing 4 different times. So we really just learned to never give up and always fight. You always have a chance to reach whatever you want to reach.
Yeah, I agree with that too. And also you learn to just lean on your teammates when you need it. And we were in some really difficult situations. There was a lot of girls who were serving on game point in the semifinal, or who really needed a clutch point. And I think that we were able to execute, and we just learned to use each other and build each other up.
Yeah.
You guys use the same vernacular as Coach Mo. He was very excited, and he was really passionate about how important teamwork and being able to rely on your teammates were. What were some moments where that was really important for you guys?
I would say in the semifinal too, just we knew we had to lean on each other. It was a super difficult situation. And I think that we were only able to do that because we relied on each other and we had so much chemistry, and we just worked hard with each other too to get there.
I completely agree. I think the amount of trust we had in each other was really important. Knowing that whoever we set, whoever's serving, we know they can get it done.
And over 1,000 assists for one single player. Talk about the importance of that on a team like this and a run like this.
Ava Dean is an outstanding player. She, came in last year as a great setter, and this year just got even better. Her leadership on the court, she knew exactly what the team needed. If they needed a kick in the rear, if they needed words of encouragement, if they needed just a smile because things weren't going well, but she knew that getting them relaxed would be, the key to success. She was the captain out there on the floor, and beyond being just a great setter, she was the soul of our team this year.
Now, you mentioned leadership. You've got a lot of players who had excellent seasons. What does it mean to have someone like Ava Dean, and how have other players stepped up around her to help build a championship-style team?
Yeah, I think our 2 captains, Caitlin Eggers and Ava Dean, both had this sense of security in their leadership. They believed in each other, they believed in themselves, they believed in the team, and I think no matter what, when push came to shove, they didn't let that waver themselves, and so because of that, everybody bought in. The entire team bought into the fact that no matter what's going on, we can do hard things, we can get stuff done.
That's so cool. And I imagine it takes some of the pressure off of you as a first-year head coach.
Totally, yeah. Last year we had a very strong team, great leaders last year, but this year with everybody kind of knowing what to expect coming into it, we were just able to really step up, against Edgewood in the sectional semifinal. We went to 5 sets here on our home court. In the sectional finals, we had 4 set points against us, against Sauk Prairie, and came out victorious. And then against Pewaukee in the state semifinals, they had 2 match points and almost finished us off, but couldn't get the job done.
Couldn't get the job done. You could. Now, first year head coach. You go to
second year.
Oh, my apologies. My apologies.
You're good.
Second year head coach. You go to the state championship. You get there. You're so close.
Yep.
What does that feel like to have so much success early on? And how are you motivated for next year?
Yeah, I coached previously with my dad and Nina. I coached with another great coach, Steve Sherrill, back in Appleton, and both of those 2 guys won a state championship while I was on the staff. But it's very different being there as the head coach, as the guy in charge. So I learned a ton from both of those coaches. They were phenomenal coaches, and just looking ahead, I'm hopeful that that wasn't my only time at state. There's a lot of coaches who never make it, a lot of coaches who make it once. So I'm hoping that we can build off this and continue to see a lot of success.
You have a lot of really good juniors, and one in particular excellent sophomore. What does it mean to have so many players coming up and confidence in a strong team for next year?
Yeah, we're graduating a ton of our players. We're losing a ton of talent next year, but yet our 3 kill leaders this season are back. So it's kind of one of those things where teams always talk about, rebuilding. I hope it's a reload for us and we can come back next year and kick some butt again.
Would you guys want to talk a little bit more about what made this team special?
Yeah, so this team was just incredible. From the start of the season, we knew that we could go far, in the tournament play. And I think, each practice we came in working hard, we had a goal, but each goal, it wasn't the big goal, it was, little goals that we led up to. So, getting, conference champs, then getting regional champs, sectional champs, and then, going to state. So I think, focusing on the little things made us really, value that.
I agree. I mean, from the very start, we knew we could, like Julia said, we could go really far, so we just had to focus on it one game at a time and go as far as we could.
You are both underclassmen. Were either of you around for the last state championship run?
No.
We went and watched, but we were not playing.
Yeah.
And so what made this such a special experience for you to go to state with the team that was there so recently?
Well, it was, I remember watching as a younger 8th grade, 7th grade, and watching and thinking it's really cool and inspiring that these people just a couple years older than us are going and doing these things. So being able to go and relive it myself was just a really fun experience, and with all my friends, and being able to see that for myself was really cool.
Yeah, when I went to watch state, I looked up to those girls that were playing, and just thinking I was that girl playing now and people are looking up to me, it was just really cool.
That's fantastic. And you both have the opportunity to go back. You're losing some senior leadership though. What does it mean for you to know that you have to step up into a leadership role, or do you feel like you've already been in a leadership role this year?
I feel like being a 6th rotation player on the court, I can't really let negativity get into my emotions. So staying positive on the court, I think, is a really big leadership skill that I needed this year. But we know as a team it's gonna be harder next year, but that's just gonna make us work harder than the off season. And I think everyone's really gonna step up and be a leader.
I agree. Being able to play on this team for the past 2 years and seeing how everything is, and then taking Gwen Kroll, she was a really good leader for my freshman year, last year, and just seeing her leadership and watching her and observing her just makes me know how I would like to be a leader, because she was a great leader and someone I looked up to. So I want to be someone people can look up to and look for on the court.
Absolutely. And we mentioned on the court, the mantra seems to be this year that you have each other's back through thick, and specifically when things are tough, right? That's kind of the mantra, it sounds like, from the team. How has that lived out through you guys this year?
I think just knowing that everyone has your back on the court, like you were saying, and in huddles it was really important, look in each other's eyes, know and look in their eyes and know that they believe in you, because sometimes the only person that doesn't believe in yourself is you. So knowing that those people like have your backs is really helpful.
Yeah, and like since we all had like that close bond with each other, just like getting on the court, we like everybody knew everybody had each other's back. So it was like nice to have that extra like layer of security because everybody had already been close friends or we'd been jamming out before the game. So we were just all like we were all locked in with each other.
We came to the season with one true middle on our team, so we had to have people fill in that role because you can't just have one middle. So we had to figure out, what does that look like for us, and people played new roles. And at first they were not loving it, but they embraced it, and they said, you know what, this is what's best for the team, and I'm going to put the team above myself. And that was just a consistent theme throughout the season was, what does it mean for the team versus what does it mean for me? And our girls just really, they embodied being servant leaders to each other.
As we look off the court, what made this team fun? What made it feel like a family?
Well, on and off the court, like between sets, we were always messing around. Like there'd be songs on the PA system, so we'd all be dancing and singing, just like staying loose, and like that, like just like friendship and like goofiness, just like kind of made this team have a stronger bond.
Yeah, we were all friends. Like everyone just loved each other. So
Fantastic. And you mentioned music and dancing and all that fun. Coach Mo. He's the third floor DJ, is this correct?
Yes, it is very true.
I'm the third floor DJ. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I do a pretty good job with the math and foreign language departments.
Scale of 1 to 10, rate Coach Mo's music.
Well, it differs almost every single day. I could walk up and it could be country, and then the next day he's playing Christmas music. So it kind of depends, but usually it's I give him an 8. It's usually pretty good.
yeah, 8.5 I would say.
Now, I mentioned Coach Mo. I understand he is the third floor DJ. Is that correct?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Does he have good music taste? Is he playing good stuff?
He has a speaker outside
Yeah,
his classroom
it switches
normally,
up. Yeah.
Going to state and having the pull that you had, right? You had so many difficult teams come through. What was the mantra going in, knowing that you were going to have to take on Stockberry, who you've beaten a handful of times, but is a state-ranked team, and a handful of other really good competitors? What was the mantra?
I think it was really just like focusing on us. Like no matter what team we played, we really just had to be us and like play our best. And yeah.
I would say maintaining our level of play. And just like Caitlin said, focusing on our side of the court. And I think we also, when we play better teams, we're able to step it up more and play our best, like high level volleyball that we know how to play.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, I don't want to take up too much more time. So if you have anything else to add about what made this team special, I'd love to hear it.
I think just how we all supported each other and we wanted the best for each other, and we just uplifted everyone throughout the season. Yeah, I love my team. I think that we had an awesome season, and yeah.
I completely agree. It just like we all felt so close. And I think that was a huge like plus this year and helped us a lot. And we'll remember this team forever.
It's one of those things as a coach where every team you have is going to have issues. They're going to have conflicts. They're going to have things that go on that somebody's not happy about. And we had that. But this team's ability to resolve conflict was honestly the best I've ever been a part of. I've been coaching since 2011, and this team was the one that really stood out above the rest of, when we had any kind of issues, they handled it in a very mature way. They handled it in a way that was looking out and loving on their teammates, and it was just, it was a wonderful experience, start to finish. I'm really going to miss this team.
Yeah. Well, it's been a fantastic season. Thank you for your time. And before we let you go and congratulate you one more time, I got to ask, what was your top 5 artists on Spotify Wrapped?